So yeah, that's pretty much me. I guess you know what I mean. Like I'm bisexual, but like I'm kind of like a dude bro at the same time, just like with a lot of gay shit added on. Like I was in a fraternity, which is like hyper masculine. I just also had sex with 2 of the brothers there.
Which is also pretty hyper masculine.
Exactly.
You think about it.
Yeah,
wait. The question is, was this a part of the pledge?
No, it wasn't.
There white guys get wild.
Yeah,
I think guys pledge promises.
No, there was no hazing in my fraternity at all.
Nice.
But you know, I quickly got this reputation. It was like I could chug a beer as well as chug a dick. Like I can, you know,
quickly got the reputation.
It's like, it's just how it is, you know. Which, I mean, theoretically, I'm a good time then.
I'm versatile, okay?
I'm versed. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Guard all 5 spots of the court.
He's always both. You know, like I'll play Call of Duty and I'll be like going off against like 12-year-olds just calling their mom a whore and just like cum bubble. Just
oh my god!
In the middle of it, you know. It's the issue. Like I'm engaged to a guy. So you know, you can take a look at the ring, right? Gay engagement rings look a lot like wedding rings. You know what I mean? It's because you're not married to the man yet, but you are married to being a faggot. That doesn't go away. That sticks with you. You know, you know, being engaged to a man isn't the reason I'm drinking tonight, but it's probably the reason my dad is. You know, it's whatever. I just want to say it's an honor to be here.
It's an honor to have you, Paul.
Thank you so much for having me. Been looking forward to it.
Oh my god. Okay. While we try to get ourselves together, we want to welcome our beautiful listeners. Good morning, beautiful listeners. Welcome to the morning interlude. Today we are brought to you by Malachi and Byron and our good guest and new friend Paul Ober. Everybody on Instagram at Paul Ober Comedy. Everybody give a round of applause for Paul. Welcome, Paul.
Welcome.
Happy to have you.
He's a filler because if y'all don't know, the morning interlude, we broke up the band.
Oh my god!
It's like this is, and you know what happened? It was taxes. We got Wesley Snipes.
Inflation. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't afford Branford or Prentice anymore.
Nah, they'll be back. They'll be back.
That's okay. I mean, you know, they canceled Branford because he likes Naruto, and they just decided, you know, we're a little bit more high class than what you have.
We're the intellectual
Byron.
Podcast. If you couldn't tell by the jokes.
I mean, Branford. Not Byron, sorry.
No. Okay, but yeah. And thanks, Paul. Thanks for joining us. You are our very first guest on the morning interlude.
Wow.
Yeah, we want to say thank you. And to our listeners, you guys are in for a treat. Paul is a hilarious comedian from Massachusetts. He moved out here. How many years ago, Paul?
4 years ago.
Oh, nice, 4 years ago. Made the move from the East to the West Coast. And I mean, he's been killing it ever since. Me and Byron had the chance to hear him at Chocolate Sundays. He was an absolute killer. Made one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard in my life.
We just have to ask you, like,
wait, which one was one of the funniest jokes?
The faggot joke.
You can't say that. Now we got canceled.
I know, it's not my word to say. It's not my word to say.
I welcome it. A big thing of mine is that I want to reclaim the word, right? Because it's you know, it's a funny word. You know, and I am one, and it has been used against my people for so long.
Yeah.
I think it should bring a sense of power. You know,
I just
add some class to that. Forgets.
I just remember. I don't know if you remember. Like, you doubled down in every way on this joke because you didn't just say the joke. You looked at like the person in the front row who was like he was a gay dude as well. And it's like, what's up, my? It's like, hey. That was a champion's walk.
It was a champion's walk, and I won back the crowd eventually, which it felt like an eternity. And I remember looking back at the clip, and it was only like 20 seconds. But 20 seconds on stage feels
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
like on an episode of I'm Dying Up Here. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
I was just like, no, this is my word. This is my first time at the Laugh Factory. And I'm gonna make everybody believe it. And so yeah, I'm talking to a guy happened to be gay in the front row. He didn't like the word. Not many people do, and I've encountered that many times. And the joke actually bombed at first. And I just kept doing it. And I'm like, this is a funny mannerism. This is a funny punchline. I know it's going to work.
Right.
Do it again.
Nice.
I got a chuckle. Do it again. Got some laughs. And then I'm like, do it again. And then, and then it worked. And I got the laughs. And I could
that
move
victory
on.
lap.
And I'm like,
Facts.
yes.
Facts. So with that joke, is that something that you had done like already and you knew like, okay, crowds laugh at this? Like, is that how you were so confident in it? Or
Exactly.
Yeah? Okay. And so, you know, how do you, in other times where you've like had jokes not go over and maybe you don't have that kind of confidence, like how do you approach that, like, you know, silence in the room after the joke or just one chuckle or two chuckles when you expect it, you know, knee slapping?
So, I mean, like, let's get straight to it. I'm not like the worldwide expert in stand-up yet, you know? So I'm not like, you know, somebody who's like Bill Burr or something or Dave Chappelle or, you know, fucking one of the greats coming on and being like, this is what you can do and it's probably going to work. I just know what works for me.
Nice.
And what works for me, it doesn't even like work 100% of the time. I would say it only works like 80% of the time. But sometimes I'll like revert to crowd work and like talk to like an individual about the joke and make the joke more personal to one person so that people have a new thing to laugh at, but it's the same thing. And so sometimes that can not work as well. I think the easiest way to get away from bombing is to just be 100% prepared. That's what I have been able to fall back on, which works as close to 100% as possible, which is just go on to the next thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Short-term memory.
If this isn't going to work and you try and you tag and you do another joke and you do another joke and it's not working, then okay, well, go on to a new thing.
Is there like a structure to it? Because I know like you have like comedians like Roy Woods, like he'll tell a story and you have to like, it's kind of like you have to hit these jokes in this story, and if they don't hit, then it's like, okay, it might be hard to get to the next like punchline and stuff like that. Like, is there like a structure do you kind of like have when you are like telling these jokes and like being adaptive in a way?
Just to let you know, you're cutting in and out again.
Oh damn, I'm right here.
It's just like in, out.
Okay.
You move your head slightly and it goes away. Move your head slightly and it goes away. I'm just.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, answer the question though. Do you want to ask it again?
Yeah. I mean, like, how is it with your structure of comedy? Like, how do you approach either this is going to be a story or this might be just really being adaptive to the crowd and stuff?
So, like, everything is set up punchline in comedy. Whether it's Big J. Okerson going on stage, Roy Woods going on stage telling these long stories. The reason that the stories work is because they're funny throughout, and they do that on purpose. And you'll notice that it doesn't matter how long the story is. Everything is set up punchline. Everything is setting up to the next, like, tangent. Jim Jeffries is one of my favorite comedians of all time. Something that he loves to do during a story is he'll, like, get to a point, and then he'll go completely left field and just start talking about a brand new thing as it relates to that.
Yeah.
And then he'll eventually come back to the same part in the story. And every single part of that was just like, I'm going to say a couple sentences that seem like they're just part of the story, and then there's going to be a punchline right there, and you're going to get a laugh. It's kind of like here's the easiest way to explain it. Have you guys ever told a story so many times at parties that get laughs that you figured out exactly how to say it?
Oh, yeah.
And you've told like the same story the same way, and you know that it's going to work out?
Yeah.
That's kind of like a comedian on stage. You know which part you had to like emphasize. You know which, like, and then he did this. It's like, and then there was just his dick out. Like, it's just something that, like, you knew was going to surprise him, and you felt that buildup, and you want to surprise him with that line. Well, that surprise is a punchline, technically.
Nice.
So when you're writing, you keep that in mind. And if you do that, then say you're telling a story. one punchline doesn't work, that's fine. You got another 2 sentences or 1 sentence and then a punchline coming up after that, so it's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If every punchline in a story joke doesn't work, then your story sucks.
True that.
I had to learn through doing that, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Dang. I just think about all the bad stories, like the bad punchline stories that we kind of had to go through in some of these stand-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd say, like, I feel like when some people, I think, dig in too much when they're bombing on stage, like, dig into the joke, and it can make for a really awkward show. I remember this one guy, he started, like, he tried to do crowd work to work out of it, and then tried to come back to the joke. And I was like, "You got yourself out of it, bro. Like we were gone, and then right back into the silence." It was horrible.
Damn.
It was.
Do you remember?
hard to
It was I forgot the comedian. It was at the Laugh Factory. He was on Bad Neighbor, black dude, like surprise guest. He was
Jared Carmichael.
Jared Carmichael. Yeah. That
Okay.
was very interesting too because, like, 30% of those jokes hit.
Yeah, the crowd.
But did they hit like 1,000,000%, or was it just 30% of his set was funny? That's too bad.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, that's
I'd say the crowd was like, you know how Chocolate Sundays is, like, it's very high energy.
High
and
energy
it's
for sure. Yeah.
Like, and people are coming in, like, I mean, they're shooting the jokes out, you know what I'm saying? And Jared Carmichael, he was doing this set before he released his newest special.
I didn't think that through. I'm so sorry, dude.
There's nothing wrong with it. I only stopped because the way you stopped and looked around like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing it. You can do it. We're very...
Bro, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Nah, just like his set was very slow. And I don't know if you heard his newest special, but like it's like a very long story, and it's like trying to weave in like this very existential thinking about life and where I sit in life. And he came out as gay and talking through all that. Like,
Oh, congratulations to you, dude.
yeah.
Nice,
And
nice.
so
If you're listening to this podcast, that's awesome, man.
hopefully. And so the crowd just was not giving him time to talk through any joke. People started talking, like a few different tables, and it was just, he definitely got frustrated, and I was like, dang, like I was just like, man, like nobody wants to shut up and listen to this guy. Like, he's so funny. So
I mean, I feel like it was like, yeah, the crowd won. It was like, that was a cool, like, kind of unique time to like listen to his stand up, or at least like the material he's working on. But he was not grabbing the crowd's like attention at all. Like, he was like really in and out with like the crowd's attention, because it was more like we were hyped because he was there, but we weren't like hyped because of his jokes.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I was definitely hyped for the jokes. I was, but I'm a little more like,
You're a laugh.
I'm
slut.
like,
you're a laugh slut.
yeah, exactly.
Was this the Chocolate Sundays that I was on? Because there was a guy that came on stage.
Maybe it was.
It totally could have been.
I think it was,
around
yeah.
that time period.
Because I remember, I felt like, it was
All
the
shows
one.
just strung
that-
together.
Yeah,
at
you
this
were on.
point.
Okay, well, yeah,
I go like
that guy is hysterical,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's super
no,
and
he's so
he's a
funny.
murderer, by
Yeah.
the way.
He is a kid. Like he is a beast. Like
Yeah.
his writing, his stand up, everything. Like, he is an absolute monster. I was so upset that the crowd was not giving him the time of day. I was like, man, like if you just let him get these jokes out, like I promise you they're gonna be great. Like,
Oh man.
Well, he was going through some shit on stage too. We were watching. This is where sometimes stand up is like more than just like. This is where like stand up sometimes like really does become that art. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Where somebody's going through some shit and it feels fresh.
mm.
You know, and that's what it felt like we were experiencing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, no
I'm
doubt.
not even 100% sure it was meant to be funny. I think there were meant to be some like funny parts with punchlines and shit that a lot of people didn't laugh at. I'm giggling in the fucking top rafters,
right.
with my
That's always
fiance.
me, right.
and but you're right. Yeah, sometimes a crowd can expect one thing. I think a lot of the experienced comics that you see, including him, they know how to handle that. And
Mhm.
sometimes they can probably just choose not to handle it and just keep going about their business because they just feel like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he went and hosted SNL the next day. So.
Oh yeah. So
he was
I don't think
not
that was
worried
over.
about the chocolate sundaes crowd.
He's like, you know what, guys? I can't do SNL because I did chocolate sundae wrong. I gotta let it go. Let the contract go. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you're pretty well traveled. Like,
I mean, I drove across America to get here.
Yeah.
Like I saw a desert and some creepy people. And like,
which state were the creepy people in?
oh God, all of them in the middle, dude. The middle state's got some weird shit going on. Me and my fiance, we were driving one of those U-Hauls, right?
Uh-huh.
Or
Oh,
a budget truck because we're nothing, and we were driving a budget truck across the country with my Toyota Corolla towed behind.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going through the middle of nowhere. And, like you've heard of like bumfuck, right?
Yeah.
This was like so far past that. It's not just corn. It's like just nothing. As far as the eye can see, this magical place of where the fuck did I go?
Facts.
The mystical land of I'm lost, for sure. Anybody here isn't going in the right direction. That kind of place. And it's just like, it's just blue skies and the hills have eyes.
Yeah.
That's all that is left. And so there's just this gas station. This gas station in the middle of nowhere. And there was a sign up that said, last gas station for 200 miles or something like that. And we're like, well, we need that one. We need this one for sure. Or like, 150, 180 miles, something like that.
That's gotta be lucrative.
Yeah.
Like, you are the one.
Lucrative. If you saw this place.
I mean, literally, how many people are driving down that fucking road? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, just us. And so we saw it, and I was gonna pull over, and so my fiance is black, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like I'm like, oh, we need gas, let's go. And he's like, no, we're gonna die if we go in there. That's a trap.
Yeah, literally.
And I'm not doing it. And I'm just like, no, it'll be fine. So we go in, and then like, it's right out of one of the horror flicks. It really is. I mean, like you pull over and like tumbleweed goes by and shit, like real life, like a slight gust of wind, and like you see the dust and stuff. And it's a shack, realistically. Like, I mean, it looks like, the world's first 7-Eleven that never got renovated. It wasn't much bigger than this podcast studio inside. It just had like a back hallway.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I walk in because it's cash only, because of course. And
Cash only?
of course it's cash only.
I mean, I guess.
There's no internet here. What's the credit card thing gonna do? It's gonna go up the butt of a mouse and then out its mouth, dude. It's gonna go nowhere. We walk in and there's just a concrete floor and it's just dirty. And there was this like middle-aged lady, this cute like sort of middle-aged blonde lady who had like some ganky teeth, and just this adorable Southern drawl, and just like just like, well, hi, I reckon you need some gas, and it's like, well, I do.
Okay.
I do need
Nice,
gas. My
nice.
fiance's in the truck. He won't even go inside.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm ready to drive if you need me to. And so I'm just like, sure. And then I look to the left, and do you remember? I don't even know what movie that you could even think of this from, but it was this extremely overweight white guy who's bald, and he was only wearing overalls, which means no socks,
Shut up.
no shirt, and just both nipples out, because
Shut
there's nothing
up.
containing that shit except straps. And this ain't one of
my
those like nice bras, dude. This is overalls and just tits out both sides, because they're just gangling out.
Oh
And-
my God.
And he's just beat red in the face, and he's got a fat lip in, and he's just spitting into this water bottle.
Oh, gross.
Oh,
Right?
nasty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
And so I made the mistake. I'm just like, how are you doing, man? And he's in a rocking chair, so like straight out of a horror flick, and he's just looking at me, and
Jesus
he doesn't
Christ.
fucking answer.
Oh.
Oh,
What?
Right?
oh,
He doesn't answer. I said, how are you? He's looking at me dead in the eyes like I am you guys right now, and just doesn't answer. And just spits into his, and I'm just like, 100 on the budget truck, and we'll get out of here.
No,
It was
literally.
it was the scariest moment of my life. And so I'm filling up the gas, right? And like you just feel the wind, and it just feels like foreshadowing. You know, the wind. And I look over, and I hadn't looked at the entrance in a while, and I looked over at the entrance, and he's just standing there staring at me.
Oh shit! Yeah. You gotta go.
That's not it.
Gotta go. What?
Have you ever been in such a rush pumping gas that you're clicking it, trying to make it go faster? Just like, can this go any faster?
I like to take the hose and put it up so gravity can get it out faster. You know what I'm saying?
This guy thinks I'm pretty like his sister. I gotta go. Like, that was the vibe of this gas station. So that was that was the scariest part.
Jesus.
For me. For him, it was driving down the Rockies. He gets so car anxious.
Oh, really?
I get that.
He gets so car anxious that he wouldn't even let me drive down the Rocky Mountains. He had to do it. Bro, we were this close to breaking up upon arrival here because we had only been together for a year at the time. And he wanted that adventure in his life, and he's really in love with me, and I was really in love with him, and I wanted him to come with me, and I'm just like, you should come. And I'm like, trust me. And he's like, okay. And halfway through, he's screaming about how he shouldn't have trusted me. He said it was all a lie.
Hey. I did a road trip from DC to Arizona after graduating with my brother, and I will say, you know, if you get in a car with somebody and you're driving for more than like 12 hours, you know what I'm saying? You guys should threaten to never talk to each other again. Or you're just not healthy.
times.
You're just not communicating in a real way the
times.
whole time because shit. I mean, oh God, I got so frustrated that I tried to, I couldn't get out of this parking lot. We had a trailer on the back of my Honda Civic and I couldn't maneuver. Yeah. It was pulling for its life. Okay.
Yeah.
I was a college student. Okay. And so I got so frustrated I couldn't get out of this parking lot. I was dead tired. It was the first leg of the thing. We had just partied like crazy the night before I had to leave, like an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, I was just so frustrated. I tried to go over one of the wooden, like, instead of the parking blocks that are cement, it had a wooden one. And I was like, I could just drive over this shit. No, I could not. I blew out 2 of my tires immediately in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee.
Yeah, dude, that's what's up.
Yeah, disgusting,
so
bro.
sorry that
Disgusting.
You just said I'm getting a flight. I'm getting a flight. Bro.
Deserved. I should have just, I should have just taken a freaking deep breath or something.
Well, what do you do? Who do you call?
I mean, we drove straight. We drove to Walmart and just had them fix our tires immediately and go.
You just drove to Walmart on flats in Indiana?
Yeah, just
Damn.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
But yeah, just prayer. just fucking God, please don't let my rims be destroyed after this. But that was the only thing. Like, I don't have AAA. Shit.
I don't have AAA. I just have the Hail Mary.
Yeah, literally. Literally got Hail Mary and my keys in the car still. Let's go.
It's called the triple cross. Triple cross.
Yeah. I don't have. That's funny.
Facts. But I mean, we started talking about this because we wanted to know kind of like about crowds in different cities. You know, like when it comes to talk, like your jokes, how they land, like how you even prepare for sets. Like if you're doing jokes back home
that you avoid, like you're just like, nah, my comedy isn't ready for them yet.
Not yet, no. I want every single challenge. I want everything.
Nice.
Florida, I'm coming your way. I don't care. I don't care where it is.
Have you hit Florida?
No, not yet.
Oh, wow. So that's like your next goal, I guess. Like,
my next goal is Vegas. I want to do a show in Vegas.
Oh, nice.
I'm getting to know some people that know people in Vegas, and I really want to do some shows there. I've always wanted to do some there. Obviously, I want to go to Austin and do some shows there real quick.
Yeah.
I don't want to move there like other people do.
No.
I have a funny.
You'll be with Joe Rogan,
Texas.
or
you don't want to be with the all the
boys.
new Californians.
Oh
in
yeah,
Austin?
I want to go and hang out with Joey. Joey Rhodes
No,
over,
you can watch
over
UFC,
at the gun
you
shooting.
can- you
Like
can
it's
smoke your-
fucking. No thanks.
Just say the N word,
Shout
but
out.
like say it in an example way, not in the direct way.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh my God, yeah. Just quote Louis C.K. That's when it's okay.
right.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm quoting him right, the N word is this person.
It's not racist if it's a DMX song. And it's just not.
Jesus.
No,
Shout out
my
DMX.
I want to go anywhere that'll have me. I'm still in that phase.
Nice.
You know,
Nice,
I mean,
man.
there's a great comedian named Sam Morril.
Oh
and
God, yeah.
He and he's just fantastic. He's on the up and up
Nice.
immediately. He's one of the comedians that really benefited from the pandemic because he released a special free on YouTube and it blew up.
It was amazing. It was
Yeah.
really funny.
And his TikTok blew up with all of his clips because he's a very good joke writer. He's very quick. Those New York comics are blowing up because people like that quick release of that laughter, that laughs per minute. Just joke, joke, and especially disconnected jokes.
Yeah.
Here's a joke about this. 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 Just,
Well, it's easier to cut into your TikToks.
yeah, and it's perfect for TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Sam blew up, and I'm a big fan of his. And so he talks about how he hates Naples, Florida, and it's funny. So he won't go back there. I'm not there yet.
Facts.
I want to go somewhere so that I don't have to go back anywhere that'll have me. But I have been in cities that didn't appreciate, some of the gay work. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I had to figure out how to tell jokes clean as well. When I started out, the only way that I was getting laughs was like really, really dirty jokes. Like, I had that cum bubble joke. That's an old joke. But
classic, you could say.
But it's goofy,
Yeah.
And like for a podcast, what it feels like, I think a lot of people would think that's funny audio and stuff. When you're in a crowd and like 90% of people don't think, let's not talk about cum bubbles today. Like, then that's not going to work well.
Niggas out here not trying to talk about cum bubbles. What kind of world we live in?
I agree with you. But
It's a discussion that needs to be had.
yeah,
If not now, then when?
What happened to traditional American values?
exactly.
Cum bubbles and vagina farts.
Joe Biden
Apple
said,
pies.
Joe Biden said that he would talk to me about it, but he forgot.
The ABC.
Can't remember shit.
Apple
I-
pie, baseball, cum bubbles.
Oh.
But yeah, so I had to figure out how to tell the jokes clean. That made me better at any show because if I can figure out that the dirty stuff's not going to work, I can switch on clean, and then that's fine. I got a really good piece of advice from a comedian early on, right after the pandemic's like worst part of the quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He said, if you have 10 minutes of dirty, 10 minutes of clean, and 10 minutes of in between, then you have 30, and that's a perfect 30 to open up for any comedian.
Oh,
Facts.
that's nice.
Facts.
Yeah.
And so if you can do that, then you're on your way. And so I actually revisited a lot of my old jokes, a lot of my new jokes, and I'm just like, how do I make let's try and make every single one clean. And I did.
Oh.
And then I started telling these clean jokes, and then suddenly I get booked at better places. And it really is like that. It's crazy. But but there was a place in the Inland Empire that I got booked. No. It was Oceanside.
Oceanside.
Okay.
It was Oceanside. There was and I won't say the name of the place because I actually love the guy that runs it. He's awesome.
Yeah.
But I immediately started bombing. And when I started talking about like, how I'm bi and shit like that. But it was a weird type of bomb. There was a different vibe about this. And so I started kind of crowd work, I guess, but it was just genuine curiosity because it was so bad, like 0 laughs at punchlines and like not even giggles at like the giggle setups that I try to do. And I was just like, I think I asked, like, why didn't you laugh at that joke? I just felt like it. And like a guy, and like this guy said, like almost verbatim, I'm trying to remember exactly how he said it, so I'm not going to mince words at all. He said, I think that if you're gay, your parents just raised you wrong. And like, and just said it.
Oh, wow.
And he got claps.
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm at that place.
Oh.
Shit. Okay.
And it took me so much by surprise because like I've been mostly, I did comedy in Boston and I did comedy in SoCal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've done stand-up in Huntington Beach where I've won over crowds that weren't okay with the gay shit. But I know how to work that now.
Right.
But in terms of like just straight up bigotry, I had no idea how to deal with it.
Facts.
So just bombed for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's core. That's straight to the core too. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And so I think I just like attacked him.
You need to leave.
I mean, speaking of attacks, like if you were to get attacked on stage, like would you rather have to what are the two options?
Oh, would you get Dave Chappelled or Chris Rocked?
Yeah, slapped or tackled.
You're asking me if I want to get slapped by high class society or tackled by a dude with a shiv in his pocket? I'll take the slap.
Okay, what if they both have a shiv in their pocket?
If they both have a shiv in their pocket, look, okay. I haven't been in a fight in a long time. But if a dude runs up and tackles, I feel like, I don't know, it depends on the fight or flight response in that moment, to be honest. I feel like in a perfect world, I would like swing at him, right? And hit him straight in the face, you know? Yeah. And I would just like win the fight right there, one punch, because everybody imagines like one punch fights are how you do it. I would just fucking like, whoop, boom. And like,
maybe
that's
go,
it, you know?
You know what I'm saying? Let him know, like, it hurt, but, I took him down.
Yeah, exactly. Like, give him the 1-2, when in reality, it takes many punches, right? And it takes many dips and weaves. And you realize, fuck, I really haven't worked out in 6 months. Like,
that's how everybody thinks. Everybody be like, wow, boxers only fight for 1 minute per round. Yeah. Why don't you go fight for a minute? Tell me how does it feel to
watch the longest street fight and see how long that is. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I guess I would just rather get slapped for sure. Because at the very least I would just be surprised. Gotcha. And it's probably over then. And then if a guy comes up and tackles me, then I'm probably going to get scared and fight. And I'm probably going to lose.
Okay.
So
I feel like Will Smith's hand was pretty soft. It's Will Smith.
He looks like he has soft hands, is what
I mean, I'm not saying he looks.
Will is what they used to call him.
He looks like he has soft hands. I'm just saying, that
soft hands from
that
South
handshake
Philly,
would be pretty warm. You'd be like, oh yeah, this soft, yeah.
I'd rather the tackle. The slaps are a little too disrespectful for me. Like, I mean, I'm a big guy, so I feel good about staying on my feet, and I played football, so if I get tackled, I don't feel like it's gonna hurt too much. Like, I know how to fall and stuff like that.
I feel like I couldn't tackle you. Yeah, for sure. I was just gonna say, if you think getting slapped is disrespecting you, fuck, I have been disrespected many times, and it hasn't really. I didn't know I enjoyed being disrespected so much. Until this very moment. That's what you just did to me. Here I am acting all high and mighty.
Oh my god! I guess that's why I do find it disrespectful, because I do slapping, and I don't get slapped usually in bed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have too. One of my favorite things, when you're doing a chick, right? Butt slap.
Being rough,
yeah.
Not like a million times, like Brazzers style.
No, just do it like a bongo, bro. Just
yeah.
You have to make a beat out of it. I feel like you have to make a beat.
We were talking about this before we were recording, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got several things going on, and like Jiggly Jiggly and Plap Plap are two of the biggest things, and you get both Jiggly and Plap from a slap.
That is fair.
Yeah.
That is, only if it's the right girl.
Well, exactly.
Or a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because
preach.
Some be having flat backs. You know what I'm saying? They got the shoulders to knees combo. There ain't nothing to jiggle or plat back there.
Yep. Or they're pretending to be a bridge with the arch the wrong direction. It's like, no, I want you to look like somebody jumped on you like a trampoline. Not a bridge.
Literally trying a little too hard with the straight backs.
This is the best podcast ever.
Okay. We have more questions for you. I promise you we do.
Oh fuck yeah! Okay,
we're getting to we want to ask you, like, so with some of your just out of the spur content, I guess we're roots of inspiration to make when you what do you see to be okay, let me just write this down? Is it spur of the moment? Is it you have an entire time where you just hey, I'm writing jokes? How is it for your inspiration creating?
So during the pandemic, I would write for 20 minutes to an hour a day.
Oh wow.
For anywhere between 4 and 7 days a week. Now that I've been working at the casino, it sucks a lot, and I deal with a lot of negativity there, and so I do it less.
Mm-hmm.
But it would always be I write notes throughout the day if something's really funny. I really should write down Jiggly Jiggly and Plap Plap.
Yeah, you should.
Because for some reason, just Jiggly Jiggly and Plap Plap just slaps.
It's know what you're talking about, even though you're not telling us exactly what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody knows the Plap Plap.
Mm-hmm.
Plap Plap is for hentai viewers only, probably. Is this because because it says that. It types it out. You know what I mean? like comic book style. Like when Superman punches like an enemy, he'll go pow, and like in hentai doujins and shit, it will literally say plap plap plap. And so it's like, oh, I didn't even know that was the onomatopoeia.
Oh my god. I didn't know they had onomatopoeias for sex. I didn't.
Yeah, of course they do.
Squish,
Squelch.
squish. Yeah, squelch.
Squelch is the most ridiculous one by far.
That's the mac and cheese noise, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the scooping into the mac and cheese and just feeling that goo.
Yeah, one of my favorite bars. I can't remember who said it.
Wait, one of your favorite bars?
Yeah, like one of my
like a
favorite
rap
rap bar. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was in one of my favorite bars and somebody walked up to me and was like, I love it when they say squelch.
Like, would you like some squelch in your drink?
Yeah.
Oh my
No.
Can I get a Bloody Mary with extra squelch?
No.
I can imagine someone like just spritz a little like like.
What even was that? What fruit is that? It's like, we're not allowed to tell you.
Secret menu.
Enjoy that.
Go ahead.
squelch.
Sorry, it was one of your favorite bars. What is the bar?
Oh, it was shit. It was I think it was my Moneybag Yo. It said good pussy sound like macaroni. And then the ad lib was ugh. And that's my favorite thing about Moneybag Yo. If you ever listen to his music, every time he gives you a bar that's like sexual, that's his ad lib. It's like consistent. Anytime he's just like ugh.
You can tell that ad lib came from experience. He like put his hand in the mac and cheese. Is like ugh.
For anybody who's not watching the YouTube and is just listening to the audio, he just made me laugh so hard. Malachi just made me laugh so hard that my headset flew off behind me and tried to strangle me. And the ad lib was, ugh.
It catches me every time. Like, it's so perfect.
It's just, why are you going to write the bar if you're just going to do that?
Nah,
That's awesome.
Nah, the best ad lib was Young Thug's I fucked a cup of water. Wet.
Why'd you fuck a cup of water?
Hey.
Why'd you do that, young thug?
Hey, ad libs make hip hop so much funnier now.
Oh,
Like,
so it evolutionized hip hop, man. Gosh.
Jesus Christ.
Do you get any inspiration for jokes from music or anything like that, like from outside sources? Like,
From music?
Mhm.
No, but I am working on something right now which I thought would be a really funny skit, which is you know that song 1985 by Bowling for Soup?
Yeah.
Preoccupied with 1985.
Yeah, it's
he has a much broader music
Debbie
taste
just
than
hit
me.
the wall. She's never had it all. That song? No.
what? That's like a early. It was like 2000s, 2010 type of release. Right?
Springsteen,
Yeah.
Nirvana, Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana, there was U2 and
I
Blondie.
do. Yeah, I know that.
Music
Yeah, I know
still
that part.
on
Okay.
MTV.
Yeah.
That's 1985.
Facts. Okay.
So I thought it would be funny to write one about 2005,
Okay.
which is
okay.
different references from 2005, because it's like about that time where we could do with another one of those songs.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be a funny little 1 minute skit, is just doing a verse of that.
Yeah. Switch out Madonna for Fergie or something.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, okay. You could do Fergie. Yeah. It's like I made it about student debt. Like,
We were going so positive and went way left.
I was like, oh yeah.
it's like her dreams went out the door when she turned 24. Crippling student debt. Still
Oh.
20,000 left.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
It's just sad. It's like, oh, that is relatable.
This is hitting
Fuck.
a little too close to home over
Yeah.
there, Paul. I can't lie.
Yeah, so shit like that. So my inspiration really just comes from riffing with my friends,
Nice.
making stupid jokes and stuff
Nice.
off the cuff, and it's just like, oh fuck, that could be a thing.
Yeah.
And personal life, and like remembering funny things that happened to me, and I'll just be like, oh, that was a really funny thing. I wonder how I could make that a joke. And then I'll just like sit down and like really try and figure that out, because sometimes it'll result in me trying to tell the story in punchline setup format, and then I'll realize like, it's not that great of a story to tell on stage. How do I just make it a funny? And so that's usually where it comes from.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Gosh, I kind of want to get into stand up. I'm just so afraid.
You want to get into stand up?
Bro,
A little
everybody's
bit.
afraid. I get nervous before every time I go on stage. I'm gonna tell you something real quick, and it's 100% serious. If anybody tells you that they're never nervous then they're not a real comedian.
Oh yeah.
They're not a real performer.
Yeah.
Everybody still gets a little bit nervous. I mean, I'm sure that's probably one of the reasons why Eminem did so many drugs, was because it was probably nerve-wracking becoming the biggest rapper in the world for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fucking, I mean, how maybe Kendrick's not nervous because he killed a guy. Like, maybe that's what it takes. You could try murdering somebody, not me, Malachi. But, or
Easy target.
You know what?
Easy
or
target.
Bramford, he's not even here.
There you go.
Does he deserve to live? So you could, anyways. No, but like, everybody gets nervous.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like when you're going to jump off that bridge into the water, you know what I mean? Not suicide, Jesus. I meant like a small bridge. Small bridge, people. Like a 10, 15-foot bridge, like the watering hole that in your
Like a
small
cliff
town
jump,
that you
like
want to
cliff
go
jump.
to. Yeah.
LA River size, yeah.
Yeah, not LA River. That is suicide if you jump in from 2 feet or 10 feet or 50 feet. It doesn't matter. You touch it and you melt. Like, you don't just go swimming in the LA River and come out the same person,
That's
dude.
how the X-Men are gonna be formed. There's a bunch of motherfuckers
Oh,
swimming in
man.
the LA River.
Bro, I went
that
into the
episode
LA
of
River
Family
one
Guy.
time and found a 2-headed bowling ball. How does that even exist? But
Somebody's nut just came out.
but so yeah, everybody gets nervous. It's just like, if you want to do something, just like deal with being nervous on the stage. It's more of a decision than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was awful at stand-up. Awful. Terrible. Didn't get any laughs practically at all. My first 19 times in a row doing it. And
Wow.
Yeah.
and it was a lot. And I was really just doing it as a place to like escape and like go and have a drink. And like, I always thought stand-up would be cool. And on the 20th time, on the dot, I got a standing ovation.
Holy
nice.
Which was like a mind-blowing experience for me, even at an open mic. And it was actually, what spurred it was my now fiance. We had only been dating like, what, fucking 4 months or something like that. He came to the open mic in Boston.
Mhm.
I think technically Cambridge, right? It was a place called Wonder Bar. And the comedy night was called Thunder Bar Comedy Night, which is still one of my favorite places on earth.
Nice.
Shout out to everybody running that still.
Nice.
And I invited his dad.
Oh, so the
And-
pressure was on you.
Yeah.
You about 19. Hey, you're a
Wow.
bold motherfucker.
You
You
because
said this not
you
this.
said-
So
this-
think
this
about it real
was
quick.
gonna be
19
it.
times.
Think about how like fucking self-hating I was at that time. Where I'm bad at stand-up. and I'm just like, yeah, you can come see a show. And I'm just
Oh my
freaking out the entire
God.
time.
Oh,
Just
man.
like, he's going to hate me. It's not going to be funny. He's going to be like, maybe you should try accounting. Like anything.
Oh my God.
And so his dad came. His dad brought his wife and his my fiance's sister and her wife
Whoa.
Oh.
all came to it. And it was my first time writing like set up punchline jokes about me and my fiance's relationship.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
And it just fucking
The
murdered.
pressure was on.
And I also incorporated his dad into a lot of the jokes as well.
Oh nice.
So
and he didn't mind at all.
he was falling over out of his chair. It was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. And I just, and then like I set up for the last thing for questions. And I think the question was like, do you think do you think your boyfriend's dad is proud of his son being with you and seeing this all tonight? And I said, well, I mean, his dad's black, so he's probably just happy that his son's not the bottom. This fucking standing ovation. Everyone stands up, and I get off the stage. I feel like a celebrity. I'm like, thank you. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God. Oh, you're a sicko. Nah, hey, you know, that's a Michael Jordan type performance, you know, when the pressure's on, the lights are big.
Oh, I am.
Paul comes to show up.
Exactly. There you go.
Nice.
Clutch, baby.
Nice. So when the quarantine happened and the pressure was on, you know, like can't go to comedy clubs anymore, like can't do the in-person thing. How did you approach that? Like, were you freaking out?
Were
like,
you doing
were you-
virtual comedies? Like,
Oh, I did a few.
okay,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
are those? Yeah.
Oh, they're bad. Well, they were
Wasn't-
actually. You know what's weird? They were bad in general. there were a few that blew up. KO Comedy with Sammy Obeid ended up being one of the most popular virtual comedy shows, I think, in the world. It was like a big deal.
Wow.
Do you guys know who Sammy Obeid is?
No, I've never heard of him.
In the comedy world, a lot of people talk about this like comedian that did an open mic every single night for like a record number of nights. It was like an entire year straight or something, or 2 years straight. It was a ridiculous number of nights that he did it in a row.
Yeah.
And he broke the Guinness Book of World Records or something for it.
Oh, dang.
And that was this guy.
That's this guy, Sammy Obeid. He's known as the hardest working comedian in Hollywood. So he's incredible. He's very funny.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Anyways, he runs KO Comedy. And yeah, that thing crushed. He would have killers on all the time.
Facts.
And then there's another one run by Dustin Chafin that I was able to get on, actually.
Oh, nice.
And he gets like anywhere between like 50 and a couple hundred people watching still. That's how popular it got.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I mean, yeah.
Those are numbers
now,
though.
I
Like,
mean-
that's great numbers to bring in, like, guaranteed.
Especially,
Yeah.
And there's in-person comedy available. Like I've watched a couple of the Chocolate Sundays virtual comedy shows for their Wednesday stuff for the
Oh yeah.
new spots.
Mhm.
And yeah, those shows are tough. Those shows are way tougher than I would think the regular ones are, because even like I'm sitting in my house dying laughing, but I'm not coming off mute for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't want to.
Oh, you weren't on mute and you're laughing?
Well, I didn't.
Bro,
wanna,
you're the worst.
I didn't want to. You hear my laugh. You hear my laugh. If I start laughing, you can't hear that comedian. There's no way.
If you laugh too much, they just mute you. Man, your laughter is so important. I can't believe you would keep that from us. They can turn your volume down. They have all the power, man.
I didn't know that. I was just like, when I watch comedy shows, like I watch stand-up specials 2-3 times. I watch movies 2-3 times because I can't hear jokes because I'm laughing so hard.
You and me are the same person.
Yeah, you feel it. Like
Yes.
it's so I'm so self-conscious about like when I know my laugh is going to be pretty out there, like I don't want to draw too much attention.
You
like,
should love going to this, like going to a stand-up with this man, and everyone looks at y'all like, "Can you calm down?" It's funny, but damn,
it is that funny. It is that funny. These people just don't like jokes like I do. Okay,
Oh,
I
man.
told you, I'm a slut for the laughs.
There's comedians. There's professional comedians. There's professional comedy writers. There's I will not say his name, but you know, a guy who wrote for the Oscars. A guy who's written for everything, pretty much. And he doesn't laugh. There's a lot of comedians out there that don't laugh anymore, like at all, practically.
They'll
just be
a
like-
little unfair. Though?
Well-
like I guess is that a way of supporting other comedians?
I don't.
Laughter?
You can think of it that way.
Yeah.
I think it depends on like just what type of person you are. I think some people are so methodical with their approach to everything in life. There's a lot of people, we've all met people like that where they don't really see the humor in things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's people that view humor as sort of a science and they'll be very successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I can't imagine living a life where I can go to a stand-up show and don't laugh at shit. Because I can appreciate the jokes. I can appreciate the jokes in a comedy show or a sitcom or a movie, and I'll laugh out loud because I like laughing. I enjoy it. Why would I ever take that away from myself just because I'm overanalyzing?
And like the others too, like, you know, they hear that, they're like how is virtual? He's like, oh, I will have probably kept going or something. Jokes, yeah.
I have this clip up on my Instagram of this girl. There was this lesbian couple at one of my. It was like a gay comedy show. There was a lesbian couple in the crowd, and one of them had like this laughter, and it just sounded like a seal. Like it was just like I can't even. I'm trying to think of it's like.
Oh no! Oh man!
Like just this ear splitting, like it was beautiful to me.
Yeah. I mean,
But I also knew
Yeah.
that it was completely interrupting the show, and she couldn't stop it. And once she got self-aware of it happening, she started nervous doing it.
right.
So now she's nervous laughing, and she just took 30 seconds. And again, you remember how 20 seconds feels like you're dying? She took like half a fucking minute, guys.
Damn.
And it was just her, and it was her show now, and I decided to give it to her. And she finally calmed down, and I'm like, you are so much funnier than me.
Oh my god. That's shit.
The point is, like, if you're laughing too hard, that will never be a bad thing for a show. Ever.
Facts.
No laughter is way worse.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're gonna enjoy shit, I totally get it. What about you? What's your laugh like?
Oh, it goes so cartoony sometimes. It just depends on the joke. Because I could go for like the I don't even know. Like
Byron's a runner.
I
That's
am a
what
runner.
Byron is.
Yeah.
Byron's a runner and a slapper. Byron, like when shit gets really funny, Byron is immediately hands up, getting ready to land on you. Okay.
Wait, okay.
That's him. And
The thing is,
and then he's getting up. He's like trying to figure out how to escape.
I get, because I go into like, I'll go into a joke like,
Okay.
But then if it really hits, it's gonna be like, all right, y'all, I gotta stretch.
Wait, you do the lean back stretch shit?
Because it's
Yeah.
so
This
funny.
is the problem with how white people laugh. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. If there's one thing that white people should start fucking appropriating right now, it's other cultures' ability to laugh at shit. Because I know exactly the type of laugh you're doing. I've seen it a million times on YouTube. I saw it at Chocolate Sundays. I know exactly what you mean. Bro.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I'm active with my laughs.
Good.
Yeah.
I think being active with your laugh is like, if you're having the full body experience of joy, which nobody's laughing and not being joyful unless you're a serial killer. If you're,
Yeah, literally.
that's what's up. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Do you guys go to a lot of shows at the Laugh Factory and like improv and shit like that? Fuck yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hit
trying
like
to-
every other show he's on. I can't keep up with this guy.
No, I got it. I get you. You have a job. I got you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm not the one wearing Crocs, so you know.
You know what? I'm not wearing Crocs today. Actually, I am usually one to come up in here Crocs. Like I'm.
Bro, you're a croc dog?
I'm a
He has a
Croc
whole
dog, bro.
collection. He's got
Oh,
the
damn.
stamps.
I don't have a whole collection, but
You
I'm
got a
trying to get it.
collection of Crocs?
I have one pair of Crocs, and
Ooh,
that's a collection of these
two.
motherfuckers. Like,
That's a
literally.
collection of two. What do you
They
think about
can't-
it?
They can't stand the fact that I got these. They can't stand the fact that I'm not embarrassed
It's not.
by my own Crocs.
It's not.
They can't stand
It's
that
not
shit.
the embarrassment. It's like, this is a confident man. He will walk in and shit on your dreams
Yep.
and be like, because of my experience, no. And he
Oh.
will say this to you
Uh-uh.
in some open-toed, no socks,
Can't wear
sports
socks with your
mode
Crocs.
Sports mode
Why are
Crocs.
they in sports mode?
Because you gotta be ready.
What are you ready
you gotta
for?
be ready.
The fuck you ready for it?
Because niggas are out here slapping people on stage and shit. I don't know when I gotta have my hands ready.
You're supposed
my
to say
feet ready.
N-words.
We'll edit that in post.
I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know.
Oh.
No.
Like, I didn't create the rules, but that was what was told.
No, I'm fucking with
But yeah.
This
no
is only
socks
2
with
White
Crocs.
Claws in. This is just embarrassing for me.
Oh, man. It's funny.
Cheers, guys. You having fun?
Cheers, I haven't even finished.
I don't
it.
even know. Is this going well? Is this worse than most? I don't even know.
This
What if
is-
this
oh,
is
this
all
is
horrible
awesome.
audio and it's unreleasable? I'll feel fucking horrible.
It's all unusable. I mean, if none of this is usable, I will be listening to it at night. Okay. Because
Okay,
This
okay.
is
hilarious.
amazing.
This is good. Okay.
Yeah, this has been super funny. I mean,
Jesus.
just your opening jokes, I'm still laughing at. We wanted to, we had the pink phone pointing at you, so you can.
I
be cute.
fucking knew it was on
Yeah.
purpose. This is ridiculous. This is just. Bro, I thought it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it, and then it turns out it's true. For those of you listening at home, they got a blue phone and a pink phone, and the pink phone is just staring at me like a Texas bigot. Man, I'm talking Southern Belle just confused at my sight of me. Like, Jesus. I fucking knew it.
Oh, fuck.
If you're wondering why I'm looking at you hatefully right now. That's hilarious.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
We believe in diversity. You know?
No, that's good. I'm
Inclusivity.
well aware at this point actually that which is weird for a white guy, obviously, to know for a fact that sometimes he's a diversity hire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Because like white guys usually don't have that. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve any of the fucking treatment. It doesn't fucking matter. I realistically don't either. I grew up middle class, suburb of Boston, technically. More of a suburb of Worcester. It's a small town called Grafton. Everybody there sucked except my boys.
Nice.
Shout out to the gang. And not the wannabe gang that started there. There's fucking farms there, dude. Just because you guys got your hands on pellet guns doesn't mean you're a real gang. You're not. That was so embarrassing.
Really? Gang?
That was so. There was like a gang
Boston?
for like 4 years while we were all in high school, and they don't exist anymore.
Oh man.
And like, yeah, it was obviously white people. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
Wait, what did they do?
Wait,
That's
yeah.
like what defined it as a white gang?
I don't know. They skipped gym. Like, what the fuck? Like, it was
what
just
colors are
embarrassing.
you wearing, cousin? Huh?
Yeah,
What up?
instead of spray paint, they use brushes, like shit like that. Like, I just come on, guys, grow up. Put on some skates, learn to play hockey like the rest of us.
What kind of gang? They're the type of gang that has a vision board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're the type of gang that has goals. Yeah, exactly.
We got our end of quarter meeting. We're trying to make sure we got.
We have a
By
fiscal
July of
review
next year, we'll be in the Maldives. If we rob enough old women.
Was that their thing? They were robbing old people, or what was their gang activity?
Bro, they did nothing.
They're just a gang in name only.
Yeah, they were just like, don't fuck with us. It's like, nobody liked you anyways. Jesus.
So the gang was for their protection. That's
What's
what it was.
What's weird about that is that I was the least popular kid in all of the fucking town. Like, have you ever met, like, the least cool kid?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you've met the least cool kid. You're talking to an ex-least cool kid. Absolutely. I was the least cool kid from 3rd grade to probably junior year of high school. No, realistically, senior year of high school. I was the least cool kid. And I didn't go to public school. My parents put me in a private school.
Oh yeah.
Start me off on a second chance, try and get really good at hockey. Didn't work. Nope. Made the same mistake. Oh my God, I pretended to have a girlfriend that went to another school my freshman year so I could be cool. It didn't work. They caught my lie. And they didn't talk to me for the rest of the fucking time I was there. I switched schools. I switched schools my senior year because I got recruited to play hockey for like a lesser school, basically. I was a
Right.
goalie. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's start over. Let's just have fun.
Nice.
Yeah, and that was it. My life completely changed. I was at an all boys Catholic school, which, like, you know, seeing how I'm bi, like, good job, mom and dad. It's your fault, obviously.
Yeah, they planned. You know.
Yeah, they-
just like
yeah.
old boy in Oceanside said.
Like,
Yeah,
they,
like,
they,
try-
they saw the form and they're like, no, we want to define it right now.
Yeah. Like, anybody who wants to blame me for my sexuality, my first concert was Spice Girls. Whose decision was that? when I was 10, you think I could afford those tickets? No, that was mom and dad. Okay.
I wasn't yelling for Baby Spice. That was you, Mom.
All right. When you go to an all boys Catholic school, after a while, the showers start getting weird. Okay.
Oh.
It just starts to happen. And then I went to a co-ed Catholic school.
Facts. Okay.
And life fucking changes for you then. When you're 17 and you're walking upstairs and there's a girl walking upstairs higher than you and the uniform is skirts,
Oh
Nice.
shit. Yeah.
Nice.
it's
Oh,
not my
shit.
fault. I'm not
Nice.
even trying to look up. I'm trying to be respectful.
You're
I'm just
saying-
looking up at the next
Wait,
flight of
I'm not
stairs,
even
dude.
trying.
was this like a Zoe 101 type of school? Like,
What's Zoe 101? Help me.
oh, like it's
I might get it, but I might not.
it's like an early 2000s show where it was like Britney Spears' sister or something. It was like on
Mm.
Oh, no.
Nickelodeon.
I have no idea what that is. That's hilarious.
Oh, it was
Oh,
like a really
fuck.
good show. Basically, it was a high school, and it was like they were all living on that high school and stuff.
Got you.
So it was a college for high schoolers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not your situation though.
No, that was. I don't know if it was my situation. I don't know the show.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. It didn't go.
But you weren't boarding. Okay.
No, but yeah, that was that's good shit. I don't know why were we talking about that?
Honestly.
So many jumps. I
My
think we
bad.
were-
I think I just tangented.
I mean, we were talking about the gang. Well, you said
Yeah.
shout out to the gang back home.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember for the life of me the code of it. What was it called? Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
More people should make fun of it.
I've never heard of a gang going bankrupt, so I mean, that's
That's let's call them the tea bags, the tea baggers.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I mean,
don't
have you
anywhere near
really
that one.
not?
Hmm?
What about the plane industry? I mean, they act like gangs sometimes. They went bankrupt and got bailed out.
Hey, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Literally,
Nice.
you know who's the real gang is freaking insurance agencies. Insurance agencies are literally mobsters. Like, they're literally shaking you down for some fucking money every month, talking about, what if something happens? You know what I'm saying?
Volcanoes.
Like, I would hate for something to go down over here and you not be covered. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, that's, and then if you are covered, they're like, yeah, but you ain't pay your copay. That was just a fee. This is the copay.
That was just a fee.
That
What do
was-
you mean $500
that was
was
just
a
to
fee?
make sure we was here. Now you got to pay for the services. What? They shaking. Hey, the insurance companies are cold-blooded, boy. They don't give a fuck about fuck.
I feel like it's insurance and cable companies, bro. Cable companies just do not give a fuck. Like,
I mean,
at
Cable
all.
companies?
Oh yeah, man, they're evil.
Bro, I
Straight
got
up.
so many streaming services now that I've been thinking about it. Like, why don't I just pay it $80 for cable? I mean, I got $80 worth of streaming shit.
Mhm.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
I mean, I refused to pay for YouTube because that was a lie I was told when I was 10 that it would always be free. Then Google bought it. And then, yeah, I'm that old. Fuck you guys. You're what, 24 and 25, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know your ages because he told me. It's not that weird. He told me before.
No,
Yeah.
no,
If you
no,
were just looking at me
he-
like, why do you know that?
Well, I mean,
I was like, oh, that's a good guess. Like,
Malachi
Damn,
left
he
the
got
room.
Skills.
Malachi left the room, and then me and fucking Byron had a heart-to-heart about how I'm old as shit. I said I'm 30 years old. He's like, damn, 3 decades. I'm like, you didn't have to do me like that.
Why would you say?
I was talking about experience, life, the joys, you know.
Oh, yeah, the joys of life.
It's coming for you, bro.
He called it the
It's coming
joys
for
of
you.
life. Oh,
Like
my
you're
God. I
his
feel like I'm
wise
just a
old-
geriatric at this point. Bro's like, hey, Jerry, tell me about the joys of life.
It's like, what was it like when you were growing up?
I look at you,
Before
Paul,
me.
and I think wisdom.
Oh my
I look at you, Paul, and I feel like you could tell me how to get through what I'm going through now because you've had so much time to contemplate your mistakes of that time era.
Mm-mm.
Damn, dude.
Oh,
I moved here when I
back
was
to bite you.
26, and then the pandemic happened for 2 years of my 20s, and I still feel like I'm still in my 20s. It doesn't feel like I'm 30 at all because it didn't happen for 2 years.
I feel like 30s and 20s isn't like people are still just as active in their 30s.
it still feels like an insult when it comes from you. Though, like if somebody in my 30s said,
Tried to cover for his
yeah,
ass.
yeah. If somebody in their 30s told me that, then I would just be like, yeah, I totally agree. Somebody in their 20s, I'm like, you're just being facetious.
Just like, yeah,
Like,
patronizing.
You're patronizing me.
Like-
Like,
It's like, yeah,
That's
you
like
can
when I
still
talked-
move around, Grandpa. I see you get up from your chair nice and easy.
yeah, it's like when my grandma's just like, I don't have much time left. I'm like, yes, you do. She's 90, dude. Like, does she? I love you, Graham, but does she?
Oh my God.
I love you, Graham. I want you to live forever, but will you?
But will you?
Yeah, that's what.
Oh God.
Fuck.
It's like you just gotta start. You guys like, no, you'll live forever.
Mm-mm,
Yep.
mm-mm. Yeah. At what point do you guys start planning? If you're like at what age do you start like getting very serious or very direct about the will? You know what I'm saying? Like where you're like, hey. I
was ready.
I thought you were going into another question. I thought there was a transition happening, and you're just like tagging. That was amazing.
He was just ready to be like, no. So
I was getting.
Thank you for talking about comedy, but let's talk about the serious factor. So your will. we know you have to start considering that.
God
We're-
damn. When do you start focusing on your will? I think you start focusing on your will as soon as you have money to have a will.
True that.
True, yeah.
You know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
True that.
Like if I were to have a will right now, like have fun with the skateboard.
Your ring? You got?
Yeah.
you got two?
This ring made of obviously diamond. Yeah, right. Yeah. This thing made of just black diamond, and it's not bronze. Swear to God. Yeah, let me. I got some pants I bought for $20 at Target. Just giving those to my
Yeah.
fucking nephew.
It was a great deal. It was a great deal.
It's vintage, it occurs.
My cousin.
value.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these pants will be worth something years from now. I swear to God. I don't know if that's going to be 5 pennies or not, but it'll be worth something.
It'll be worth more than 0. I promise you that, son.
Nobody even wants my shitty Fiat 500 with 3 hubcaps falling off. At this point, it looks like I started to put hubcaps on and forgot. I got nothing to offer the world. Fiat 500s might legit be like a collectible 50 years from now because it's got a cool interior. It's got a funny shape and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's great. Right now, though, I've needed to get an oil change for 6 months.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, Paul.
And I'm talking about, like, not
This
even
shit
when
is
it started
grinding
telling me.
right on top of each other.
Yeah, my favorite part is when the transmission complains. When I change gears,
Yeah.
yeah, it complains for sure. Yeah, you ever have a transmission complain and it's like I don't wanna. I go from that 60 to 65, and the car's just like, okay, we're going into the highway now. It's just like I wish we were doing the back roads. I wish, and you just hear.
Oh my God.
And you're just like, it's fine. It started out bad, but it's fine now, and you just ignore the problem until it goes away.
Yeah, that's pretty much
the
how
problems go away.
That's my car maintenance
problems go away.
philosophy in general. Like sometimes when I'm speeding, when I start getting too fast and my RPMs get close to 4, my car starts jerking and goes go 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 go, and then it just stops and I go, all right, I'm just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. And then it just doesn't happen for another couple months, and then it happens again, and then I'm like, okay, I just get quiet. I turn off the radio. I'm just like.
I don't treat that as ignoring the problem. I treat that as you being right for 3 months. You know what I mean?
It wasn't a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
You were right for 3 months. Byron's over there being like, I take care of my car. You fucking
this motherfucker drives a Tesla.
You drive a Tesla?
Yes, that was his Tesla.
Fuck, I knew it. Your teeth are amazing. I knew it, dude. Look at his fashion. His shirt matches his shoes, right?
Yeah.
They do. Your shirt matches your shoes.
He
drives a Tesla.
He's got a property. He's a sneakerhead.
Why are you revealing my government, yo?
Bro, I fucking knew this, man. You don't even have goals. You have, like, stock interests.
He has interests. Literally.
You don't have goals. You have expectations. That's the difference.
That's a real man over here, man.
A real man. And I have goals. I have these lofty things. You're like, next month I'll be here. Bro, I can't even relate to people like that yet. What kind of Tesla do you drive? Said a rich person. They're all Teslas.
There's a different kind of Tesla.
It's all Teslas.
Isn't it electric? It's this car, right? It's the electric car. That's so funny because I hear him and his, Tesla people talking about like, oh, I drive the whatever. I couldn't even tell you because I don't know. And I just be sitting there like, so it's electric, right? You plug it in? Okay. Yeah. No, I get it. Tesla. Yeah. They're all white for some reason.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I never knew so many people driving Teslas till I came out here.
Yeah, actually. Because Teslas are so popular out here because of all the plugins. You can actually, like, recharge your car in so many parking lots here because they went, like, all in. Mm-hmm. Whereas a place like Massachusetts, like, fucking diesel is still king. You know, I mean, diesel is king in Texas. Diesel is king in the South. Yeah. I have shat on Texas so many times. I'm not apologizing. Y'all have treated me bad.
Just wanted to make it very clear that we're shitting on Texas in this episode.
My bad.
Talking to you, Oak Cliff.
Oak Cliff? Who the fuck is Oak Cliff?
It's just a town in Texas.
Oh my! Is that a made-up town?
No, my family. I got family out in Oak Cliff.
Oh, gotcha.
It's one of those sunset towns.
No, the opposite. It's very black, very black residents.
It's okay. They listen to the first minute of the podcast and they're just like, "We'll check out till next week." That's fine. That's fine. We get it. You're in Hollywood now. You got to deal with the fags. But, I mean, we'll wait till next week.
Minnesota people say that shit.
They're basically like, no.
Well, don't you know all over there with the fags and stuff? my goodness. And they're just so
I had a buddy in middle school who sounded just like that's exactly.
and
how
they're
he
just so
sounded.
they're just all over the place, really. I mean, they're just in your face about it, and it bothers me. But most importantly, I know it's bad for the kids, and it's just I want the kids to be able to go to the
about the
playground
children.
without being worried about like all these fags and Dixon butts.
Oh God.
And bags and Dixon butts.
Fags and butts. This sums up my personality completely, by the way. Somebody came up to me after a show and they said, "Are you really bisexual? Because like we don't believe you from like your mannerisms and shit." And the only thing I could think of to say was, "I'm like, oh yeah, dicks and butts and shit. I'm all about it." That was my answer in the moment.
The key word was, what did he start with? It was dicks.
Dicks and butts and shit.
Yeah. There you go.
A straight person would have said butts and dicks and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I wonder what people expect, as an answer to that shit. When they're like, "I don't believe you," like they trying to get you to blow them or something, or like, what is their
you know
that
what's
was
weird?
Such a check. You're like,
what is
well,
their end? What do they mean? Prove it.
I mean, like, you went straight to like, I mean, if you really like that, like, why don't you suck my dick?
I mean, what is the literally like? What
I mean,
is
I
the-
don't believe you.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't believe you. I would love proof on my groin. If you could, if you sucked my dick for like not even a long time, 20 minutes tops. If it could be 20 minutes tops, then you would just.
If it
be,
was long enough to count as a dick sucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like accidentally fell in your mouth. It's like, no,
20,
like
20
this is
minutes
purpose.
tops. Just top me off real quick. Just
Yeah.
Something before I head out.
Then I'll believe you. But like but if you don't, liar. Like that implies that okay, so like just go up to any straight dude and be like, "Would you get on stage and just talk about how you're gay, kinda, and just do that for a living?"
No, I don't know.
Fucking
that.
no. Would either of you?
Yeah,
No, nobody would do that.
Why would you do
yeah.
that? Especially nowadays. It is not beneficial to like your family, to your friends. You'd have to get
It's
new
not-
friends because of an axe? No.
Yeah,
Why?
No.
Nah.
Why? Not you guys personally, but like a lot of people, straight dudes fucking. I'm really lucky that all my boys back home didn't care.
Nice.
Facts.
You know?
Nice.
Facts.
So lucky. I just happen to have good friends. You can't fucking buy that. But I'm
Yeah.
100% certain that there were other friend groups that if one of their boys came out as gay, they wouldn't like it. And they would be against it, and they'd be like, "Oh, you lied." When I was in the fraternity, there were two dudes that said they felt like they were lied to. And I'm just like, I didn't lie to you. I fucked as many girls as I told you I did. Like, I just happened to hide the guys from you.
Right.
Like, it's that simple. How is that difficult? Oh, I lied to you. I'm like, oh, I'm going to a ping pong tournament. That means they were slapping me around. Like,
Oh my god.
what? I lied about that
wasn't a
then.
lie,
You mad that I lied
technically.
about the ping pong tournament? Right?
I
My
don't wanna
favorite
know about
part-
the big fuck
There were
tournament.
paddles being used, so it was a tournament.
And if there are ever people listening to this podcast who know who I am and like what fraternity I was in, I won't shout them out or anything like that, but they kicked those two dudes out.
Oh, nice.
I was the first person who was publicly out while still in the housed fraternal system at University of New Hampshire.
Oh shit.
At the time,
wow.
it was a big deal when it came out.
Yeah.
And I came out in front of Concord Congress. They had a congressional meeting on whether or not to keep gay marriage legal in New Hampshire because they had passed it a few years before or something, and they were thinking about repealing it. So they had this big thing, and so I came out on stage there, and then they fucking made it a bigger deal than it was.
Holy
So
shit.
then I was in the paper,
Wow.
and then I'm like, oh, well, I guess I got to come out to everybody. And this was like a semester after I joined the fraternity and shit.
Oh, shit.
And I'm just like,
Oh.
well, it looks like it's not my time anymore. It's
Right.
on the newspaper's time.
Like, just let them know, hey guys, before the tabloids go out, I have to officially announce this.
I was gonna say, is there anybody you couldn't get to before they heard the news somewhere else?
Yeah, one guy.
Yeah, he was
And
upset?
he happened to be a really nice guy.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
That's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah, I'm actually happy that he's the one that found out. He actually tried to get me to admit it. He had those like sort of invasive questions.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but he's just like, "Is there anything you want to tell me? Like, I mean, like, how was your weekend?"
He would just,
Like, I
he
know
would just
you.
come out
So-
there. He would just come out like, hey, you know what's crazy? Like, that guy's kind of cute, huh?
Yeah, shout out to Gurney. I love you.
That's awesome.
But
That's awesome. Well, I mean, we want to kind of, before we end the podcast and stuff like that for the episode, like we want to maybe give you a chance to like leave the listeners with something like maybe if there's anything you feel like, maybe advice for new comedians or advice for people going forward. Maybe you just want to say something silly. I don't know. But if you were giving something for our audience to take away from this conversation.
Like when they think of Paul, what's this moment going to be?
Life's too short. Be more gay. Try it.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
No, I don't know. When you start being 100% truly who you are, all you lose is fake friends.
Facts.
Nice.
Facts.
All you lose is fake family. All you lose is fake friends. None of it matters. Everything from that point onward gets better. 100%. Doesn't matter if you're in fucking, I'll say a different state. Utah. Fuck you, Utah, for no reason. If you're
Shout
in
out to
Utah,
Mormons.
you're in a
Shout out
small
all Mormons.
Yeah, if you shout out to the fuck, is Utah the Mormon state?
Yeah.
That's the place?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking fake hills and shit. Like Jesus originated there. Fucking there were dinosaurs here, no people. Come on.
Yeah,
Science.
Come on.
I'm just making shit up. I don't know.
Definitely no Jesus here. That's crazy
Yeah.
science. Friggin' Israel.
Yeah, it's crazy what happens when you start you just stop being a fake person and just be 100% yourself. Everything gets better. You meet the best friends of your life, and the friends that you already have in your life, if they're still cool, they become better friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can actually talk to them about everything, and they're there for you when you need it instead of being trapped in your fucking brain.
Mm-hmm.
It changes your life. This doesn't have to be gay shit. This can be anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? Say you have goals in your life that you're kind of ashamed of or something, like just like, oh, I want to be the best anal porn star in the world.
Jesus.
And that's like that's your love. That's your goal. Tell your mom and dad.
Mom, Dad, I want to gape.
Your mom,
Mom,
or your
dad, I want to gape.
Your mom or your dad
Gape.
might have a connection.
Yep.
Jesus.
You're like, I you know, crazy
Son.
enough, I know who could train you.
I thought about this a lot when I was your age.
Yeah. When I was your age.
I was afraid, but these are different times.
Son, I'm not that surprised because the 80s happened.
It was wild times.
It was wild times. You don't even know what it's like to be gay for Quaaludes. But, you know, it was actually a normal thing back then in New York City, and I had moved there with big dreams of being an anal expert.
Jesus Christ. It's fucking
I mean, it was
Point
how-
is,
it was
okay,
how
okay,
you were
so
born.
I look, and I also know that at probably having like, you know, the bi dude on that's really open about sexuality and shit like that, and like kind of, you know, left field and shit. I think that was probably a risk. So I want to thank you guys for having me on here. I hope you guys see me and think that like, oh, hey, maybe gay people aren't like that weird. That's actually the reason I got into stand-up comedy.
right. Yeah.
That was the reason. I thought that like, you know, I never wanted to have a job that I hated for the rest of my life, because I do view 40 hours a week being 1/3 of your life. You're just going to waste it
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or do something that you love. I made an early decision early on, like I think in high school, that I wanted to do that, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I still went to college. I got an English teaching degree. And now that I'm a comedian, I mean, I'm more likely to touch kids than fucking help them with homework, right? I mean, it's just statistics alone. Jesus Christ. But
Shout out all kids failing.
no, I'm kidding. But like, you know, I mean, my goal with comedy, I want one day my special is going to be called like Paul Ober Presents the Unifier.
Oh,
I like that.
I like that.
The unifier is what I want to be between like, you know, those like super right-wing Republicans and those super left-wing liberals.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, no matter where you come from in life, it's just like, we're all the fucking same people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking to you about being in a frat. I was chugging beers and shit. Like, you know, like, a pledge walked through a door one day, and like I didn't know it was gonna be a pledge, and I accidentally drop kicked him because somebody dared me to drop kick the next person that walked through a door, and we didn't haze pledges. We didn't haze pledges. We didn't. It was an anti-hazing policy, and we were hammered, and it's like drop kick the next person that comes through that door. I'm like, sure, and it was a pledge bringing beers up for a brother.
Oh my god.
And he had a hazing boner, is what we called it. Okay, so somebody having a hazing boner in fraternities is when you want to be hazed so bad that you get like really excited by the idea.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, make me fucking run around the block naked. I don't give a shit. Like that's a hazing boner. It's just like, make me do 50 push-ups. Make me do 50 push-ups and then chug a bottle of vodka.
Something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude.
And it was lucky that it was him because he was fine with it because he's like, that's the coolest thing that's happened to me so far.
I was like,
it was
this is
funny.
what I signed up for.
The beer went all over him. He literally got up laughing. He's like, guess I have to take a shower. I'm like, okay,
He just got drop kicked, bro. Why are you so Why are you smiling right now?
My man's just happy to be there. He's happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, we're normal fucking people. You know, it's not weird.
Facts.
Love it, man. Fucking love it.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We're very happy to have you. This was an awesome conversation. I absolutely enjoyed getting to know you over the last couple weeks and over this conversation. We hope to have you back because this was fantastic. When we have more of the boys on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I need to talk to Branford about Naruto.
Yeah,
we never even got through anime. How many questions did we actually get through?
we only got through the comedy questions.
Only.
That's the only topic that we.
Which means we're just saving the good stuff for later. You know?
Okay, yeah, for sure. No, have me on again. I would love to. Absolutely, this was great.
Absolutely. Okay. Well,
They gave me Strawberry Angry Orchard. Who's the fag?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
Who's the gay guy?
Yeah.
Pinkies up. You know
I
what I'm
brought
saying?
White Claws.
Inclusivity.
I brought White Claws. They brought Strawberry Angry Orchard. Like maybe you guys have something to admit.
Nah, my girl is listening, so I ain't got nothing to say. But
Publicly.
Malachi
yeah,
left
that's,
it up the butt.
I will call you later.
To
I will call you
Malachi's
later.
girlfriend, he wants to explore after this amazing discussion.
To Malachi's girlfriend, have you ever heard of an open relationship and like what it's like? Like have you ever you like it's working for a lot of people.
She will strangle me if I even bring it up. So.
Bro, I'm monogamous too. I don't want to. I get you.
I'm just fucking with you. But yeah. So we want to thank you, beautiful listeners, for joining us for another episode, and we can't wait to bring you guys back for next episode number 3, when we bring in, who is it? Carrie Page.
Carrie Page.
Yep, Carrie Page for the next episode. Episode 3. Episode 2 is in the books. Thanks.
All right. Bye.